Alright, we're going to do a smoked corned beef brisket. And I got the flat cut. I got 2 flat cuts here, and they weigh almost 6 pounds. And do the corned beef with some cabbage, some potatoes, some onion. It's a pretty simple recipe. And so with corned beef, it needs to be desalted a little bit. This stuff stays good for a long time because it's been preserved. It's been salted. So to get some of the salt out, you go ahead and pour this into a pot. You want all the juices in the pot. Slide it right in there. Make sure you get all the juice. If it comes with a little seasoning packet, take that out. Open it up and pour it in. I'm doing 2 today because I want leftovers. Maybe make a Reuben later on or something. Same thing with the other one. You may only want to do 1 of these, depending on how many people you want to feed. Once you get them in the pot here, your little seasoning packet, all you do is cover it with water. So this will help get some of that extra salt out of it. Once you get the meat covered with water, you put it on a simmer. I'm going to start it at 4, and then once it comes to the simmer, I'm going to turn it down to 2, and we'll let that work for an hour. Okay, so we take this out. You take out your briskets, and you make sure you save this water. Go ahead and turn the heat off, and because this water is what you're going to cook in the cabbage, onion, and potatoes in. You'll probably have to add a little more water for all that, but I'll show you that later. But for right now, I just added some pepper and garlic powder to this. You won't want to add anything with any salt in it, because these have already been soaked in salt. That's why it's corned beef. It's very well preserved, and these have been they've been boiled for, not boiled, but simmered for over an hour. Now we're going to take them to the grill. Alright, so now we're going to set these up for indirect grilling. I got a full chimney of charcoal ready to go. Set up the meat on one side and you got your heat on the other. That's how you smoke. So I got these flaming hot coals here. Lucky I got a Weber kettle. If you get one, you should. This thing has lasted me for years. I got a nice wet piece of wood set on top of the charcoal, a dry piece of wood. I'll get plenty of smoke out of these, and then all you gotta do is set your damper on the opposite side of the meat, or no, on the same side of the meat. Crack it 1/4 of the way, and you'll get your, you want to keep your heat at around 250 to 300 for an hour, and we'll show you what to do next. Alright, so now we have the saved water from the boiled corned beef. So I quartered a cabbage, and that's going to go in. I also quartered a large onion, that's going to go in. And I quartered 3 taters, and they're going in. Now you may have to add some water to cover. So it looks like I'm going to have to. But you're going to get all that flavor from the boiled corned beef in here. And you just need to boil these until the potatoes are done. And it shouldn't take more than an hour. You want to start out on high, and then when it starts a good simmer, turn it down, and just wait till the taters are done. Alright, so once your meat thermometer reads 160, you're going to wrap these, get these things done. So you get your foil out, maybe add a little moisture. I'm going to add a little bit of beer here. Now I'm going to wrap it up real good so it stays inside. You may need another piece of foil. We'll get a little bit more moisture in there. Kind of foil inside of the bag. Then do the same thing with your other piece of brisket, if you have another piece of brisket. Alright, so once you pull these off the grill, it's got a butter knife here, that's all you need for these. You let it rest for about a half hour. It's so tender, you don't have to worry about slicing it thin or anything like that. A little butter knife slices through it like butter. Check that out. So tender and juicy. Look how easily it rips apart. Put a little bit of that. And you get you some of this cabbage, potatoes, and onions. Put on top. Get you a piece of potato on there. You got yourself corned beef and cabbage, smoked. Sit back and enjoy.